back. Today I wanted to do a building video. I built this really cute sniffer habitat in a server that I'm on, and I wanted to share it and just document it so I even just have it forever because we are on a server. But let's just get started with it. First, I built out a circle just so I had a plan for where I was going to put the wood, and then added some mangrove wood. So the palette for this one is going to be mangrove, cherry, and some different green kind of naturey texture blocks. So because of that, I went and planted some cactus so I can get some green dye, and then just finished building up the walls. And then obviously it needs a little entrance, so I just built a fence and a little archway to match it. Also, like I said earlier, I'm on a server and I did not have enough green dye, so I just went to our community farm to grab some. I went on to build the roof. This roof definitely had some Japanese inspiration with it, and it is now my favorite roof I've ever done. I've tried to recreate it multiple times and I can't. It's just, for me, it's way too perfect, but I love it. So that's where I used most of the cherry wood, and then I actually hollowed it out because I wanted to have a lush green looking type roof where I just wanted it to kind of blend more with nature. I'm picturing if this was found in a jungle somewhere, it would clearly look like the things from the jungle were being used in it. I went to go grab more materials for it. I finished grabbing all the cactus that I'd end up needing. I went on a little adventure over to the mesa biome, so just ran through the nether to get there, and then just collected some terracotta that I'm going to dye later, and did have a little incident with a creeper, but we made it out just fine. Back at the habitat, I just made the roof a little thicker because it looked weirdly thin to me, and then grabbed some moss and completely destroyed this hill. And to be honest, I haven't fixed it. I built this a while ago and it's still not fixed. But then I actually got started and I built a base layer of moss just so that any of the gravity blocks that I put on here won't fall down. And plus then it's nice and cohesive underneath, so it's not too jarring when looking at it from inside. For the walls on the side, I thought the brown looked really good, contrasting with the green and the red, but I decided to make it kind of pushed in a little bit so that, there's a certain depth to it, just so it doesn't look really flat, because adding the depth actually really helps your brain be able to break up the different sections instead of it I didn't want it to look like pixel art, that's it makes it have some contrast and some shadows. And then speaking of contrast, I also put some deep slate up around the sides of it to add a darker color, because the darkest we had was the brown, and so I just wanted just something extra to stick out and make the shadows more shadowy. And then I just converted some concrete powder over to concrete and then got started on the roof section. So both the front and the back are the same exact thing. It was actually really fun for me to run back and forth to do it because at this time I didn't have free cam or anything, so I couldn't see what it looked like from the other side. But for it, if you're wondering, I used green wool, both lime and green terracotta, green glazed terracotta, moss, and I added some moss carpet just for different, to have a different level or layer kind of on it, and then also green concrete powder and concrete. I extended some of the walls up on the side and I added some yellow windows just because I thought yellow could be cute. I turned it into a face. I turned it into a sniffer face. It was fully not my intention to make the building look like the animal, but I mean, it's cute. It's more subtle. You might not notice it unless I point it out, but it's certainly there. And then I just added a few details, like some glowberries, both outside and inside. Turn the floor into moss fully, because one, it'll help them grow on the floor faster, but also I just think it's more vibrant and makes it look prettier, and also it'll match the ceiling. And then I added the flowers that they sniff up for you, just so they could be in their natural environment, quote unquote. And then I tried to make this pond. It took a couple of tries. I did it on stream and everyone was like, oh goodness, why do you keep messing this up? At one point I flooded. It wasn't good. We ended up, I got the suggestion to use blue concrete inside of it because I was like, the blue, it's not enough. The water doesn't look enough like water down there. So I ended up putting some blue concrete at the bottom of it, and it turned out cute. It's quite small, but I also would rather have them more space to walk around. And then it was sniffer time. I dropped the eggs off in there and then I just waited. I did some other things, cleaned up. I added some fence gates along the whole thing just to add more texture into it, and then it was time for them to grow up, and now they exist in the world. And then obviously I ran and traded with some villagers and got some name tags. So these two are Mabel and Bubble. In the clip, I didn't even realize in the clip you can't even see the name tags once I put it on there because I'm using replay mod for this. But yeah, Mabel and Bubble. And this is the final build. I actually really love it. It's probably my favorite individual build that I've ever done. I think it's just so cute. I thought of it just randomly one day and I was like, I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I think it just turned out exactly how I pictured it. It's just wonderful. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.